Right now, the event of Terence Crawford versus Madirov has ended. And once again, there is a controversy that came with this particular fight. And what exactly is that? Once again, the conversation of robbery, which is a constant narrative. Every time there is a fighter that everybody loves or has fell in love with or somehow loves the fact that they made a good account of himself in a rocky storyline of some sort, we often want to shun the real winner, which is Terence Crawford tonight, and yell out, robbery. Now, is this appropriate to say that there is a robbery going on here? In my humble opinion, no. The stats of the fight as it was going on tonight, yes, was there a lot of great head movement by Madirov? 100%. There was a lot of great head movement on his part. Was it frustrating for Terence Crawford? Yes. It was something that Terence Crawford rarely ever dealt with in his whole entire career. And as a result, it gave him a very tough fight. But in the end, he pulled through and did exactly what Terence Crawford does as a consummate professional. So why are people still saying that this is a robbery? Well, you have to understand something. If you watch combat sports long enough, whether it's MMA, boxing, or even kickboxing, or everything in between, this is just a common argument that many people are going to make because you're going against their feelings and emotions. I don't necessarily want to say that it's because Madirov is your favorite fighter, or at some point maybe he will. He will be a fan favorite, especially with this performance. And prior to this fight, he was a relatively unknown fighter. And sometimes the most relatively unknown fighters are the ones that are most dangerous to fight. And Andy Ruiz against Anthony Joshua is a great example of that. And by the way, shout out to Andy Ruiz tonight. He scored a draw, which, by the way, a lot of people are going to say that that is a robbery as well. Tonight, I'm going to tell you, the judges got everything right. They got the draw correct for the Miller versus Ruiz fight. They got the decision correct for the Jose Venezuela versus Pitbull Cruz fight. And tonight, they had a split decision right down the middle for Crawford and Madirov. It's very hard to score a fight like that. But ultimately, Terence Crawford came out on top. Scathed right through, barely made it, but still made it nonetheless. And you have to be very fair and objective about that reality. Because if you're not, well, you just want to look at the world in your own worldview and your own narrative without really looking at the facts. So, robberies are always going to be a complaint for many of the casual fans, also many of the hardcore fan base as well. But the reality is this: there can only be 3 judges, and what they see that night is more important than what you see. But here's something that's also important. What they see and what you see may be very similar, but it just so happens that they happen to be the judge and you're not. And therefore, somebody has to make the decision when the fight goes into the scorecards. So don't forget to like and subscribe as I just explain to you why there are no such things as a robbery in combat sports, at least not for the most part. I'll see you guys in the next content to come.